Almost 1.5 million people came through West Springfield this year for a big reason, the Eastern States Exposition, or as we all like to call it, the Big E. Not just attendance records were broken, there were new exhibits, foods, and popular entertainment acts. Was there enough to do and see though if you were to live there for the entire 17 days? Well, someone wanted to test that theory and she joins us now in the studio to talk about it. Elizabeth Roman, a reporter with Springfield's The Republican. She went on a fair camping trip and survived.
I made it.
You made it through. That's exciting. How did this even come about?
Well, I was actually talking to a couple of my friends and my cousin about it. We were just sitting around and the Big E was coming up and it was in the summertime and I said, I would love to retire and just go and stay there for a couple of days and enjoy the fair from that perspective. And she said, well, why don't you just ask your job if you can do it? You know, you have the luxury of working in a place that that might make it possible. And I asked my bosses, they agreed, and we talked to the Big E and they rented a trailer for me, and it all came from there.
That's great. Now, what were some things that just really stuck out in your mind about the Big E this year?
I mean, it was interesting to see it from a different perspective. I've always been a huge fan of the Big E. I've grown up in Springfield my whole life, and I've gone every year since I was a little kid. So I've seen it from the visitor's perspective. But to be on the grounds every day and see the process in the morning of getting the fair ready and meeting with the administrative staff and getting to know everybody who worked at the state houses, that was kind of an interesting view, and it was very cool to meet all of the people that make it happen.
What were some of the new things at the fair that you tried out or got to see?
Well, the Hard Rock Cafe had a really cool exhibit there, which it seems kind of like dorky, but when you actually go see it, it's all these rock legends, all of their outfits and glittery like Elton John costumes, and that was really fun. So I recommended that to everyone who went. And I actually hadn't tried a lot of the foods because you usually go for one or two visits, so you don't have the time to try everything. So I tried everything new there was to offer: the Big E's breakfast sandwich and the Baconana and the sandwich with a bunch of different kinds of pork in it. And everything that you could imagine, I tried it. And a lot of readers challenged me to try things, so I did that as well, and it was really fun.
So basically, anything that was there you tried.
Yeah.
Now, are you trying to stay away from fried foods now? Have you had your fill of it?
I need a break, I think. I actually, I was pretty tolerant. I could eat a lot of stuff, and my friends all came, and it became really fun to test out foods with readers. I actually had a reader who came to the fair just to meet me and to try the Crazy Burger together. So I am taking a little bit of a break. But as my friends who know me, I don't really eat vegetables to begin with, so it wasn't that much of a stretch for me to eat junk for 17 days.
What was something that surprised you this year being at the fair that you didn't think would happen?
I think really it is about the people in the end. I mean, they have 1,000 employees on their payroll, which is a huge operation in 17 days that, it really brings a lot of economic development to the area. And so that aspect of it was really cool. And then I just got to meet people who work in the circus and just carnival people who travel around the country doing this. And they're fascinating. And they welcomed me. And I think that was the best part. I love the food. I love doing all of my potato showdowns and kettle corn showdowns. But in the end, it was about all of the cool people that you can meet who just come together for a short period of time and become kind of like a family.
What was your best memory being at the fair?
I would say there was two. One of them was a night when I got to spend with the vendors. They invited me to go to a charity event. They had actually wrote a story about it. So I got to meet a lot of the carnival workers and people who just come every year and they don't live in the area, but they wanted to support the Holyoke Soldiers Home. So they came together and had this big lobster fest, and we hung out till 2 in the morning. And then I walked back to my trailer and everything was really quiet, and I just got to walk through the fair. And it was something that I would never have been able to experience. So I love that. And then also I got a chance to meet with a reader. Her name is Mary. And she'd never been to the fair. She's lived here since 1989, and she read my stories and she wanted to come. So she came out and I gave her a tour of the grounds, and we ate some of the cool foods and went to Farmerama, and just to have that connection with readers that actually read your stuff and then get to meet you and interact with you, I thought that was something really special. So
all of these things you've loved.
Yes.
What is something though that you did not love or did not like?
That's a really hard question for me to answer because I honestly really did love the experience, and everybody kept asking me, oh my God, are you tired of it? Do you hate it? And I had so much fun, and obviously it's not realistic. I didn't have to work there. I got to do so many fun things, and yeah, I wrote stories, but I was just meeting a lot of people and having fun. So it's tiring for sure. Towards the end, you do kind of get tired of fair food. It becomes a little rough to have to eat there all the time. But just to clarify, I did leave the grounds sometimes. I wasn't there all the time. I slept there every night, but sometimes I would go and go into the office if I had to, or I went out to dinner with my friends once too. So just so people know, I was in and out. But so overall, I would say it's grueling and it's a lot of work, but it was a great time. I'd do it again.
It seems like it was a Big E experience. Would you? I was just gonna say, would you do it again?
Yes, I would absolutely do it again. I'm already thinking of ideas of stuff that I could do next year, and I'm gonna try and pitch the Big E staff a couple of things that I want to do. And they were great. They were so open to the idea, and they've never had a reporter stay on the grounds before, so it was a new experience for them and for me. And yes, I loved it. I love the Big E. It's awesome, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.
And if anyone missed it this year, I guess they can go back next year, September 12 to 28.
Yes, I'm already counting down the days.
Oh, that's great. Well, thanks so much for coming on and telling us about it.
Thank you.